this drifter found something. A strange-looking rock. He wiped the dust off with his hand. The smooth feel was just like gold. He quickly looked off into the distance. At his buddy Big Head he just met. After a moment's hesitation, he decided to tell him about the find. Hey, come look at this. Big Head walked over and checked it out. Looks like gold too. You know what they say, real gold fears no fire. So Big Head pulled out a lighter and tested the material, but it burns black. It ain't gold. The rock showed no change at all after the lighter as test. The two stared at each other in shock. It's gold. Right away, the two went at it with their tools. The gold just kept getting bigger the more they dug. They dug for ages and still couldn't find the bottom. Big Head suggested trying brute force first, see if they could pry it loose. But the two put everything they had into it and still couldn't budge it. Then they found the rope, thinking they'd pull the gold out with the car, but the rope just couldn't hold. Furious, Big Head got out of the car in a rage. No other choice but to keep digging downward. Who knows how much time passed? The sun was about to set. Still no end to the gold in sight. The experienced Big Head told the main guy to go find some firewood. Once night fell and they got a fire going, the desert wolves wouldn't dare come close. Night came. After getting the fire lit, the two finally screamed out in excitement. They never thought this desert held such a massive gold deposit. If the two could get their hands on it, they'd be rich overnight. But how to transport the gold was now the only real problem. Their plan was for one guy to drive off and find an excavator. The other would stay behind and guard the gold. Drive 2 days west, and UD hit the town. Then spend 1 day finding an excavator, and 2 more days to drive back. A rough estimate was at least 5 days total, and for those 5 days the one guarding the gold would have to fight it out alone in the wild. But both of them wanted so badly to stay behind and guard the gold. Big Head figured he had wilderness survival experience. He'd already caught the main guy wasting water. He felt if the main guy stayed behind, it'd be hard for him to survive alone. At that point, Big Head honestly had no intention of taking all the gold for himself, so he suggested the main guy go find the excavator. But the main guy insisted on staying. Think I'll stay with the gold. Big Head didn't argue any further. The next day he left as much food as he could for the main guy. He also gave him the only satellite phone. By the time I get back, we'll be rich as all hell. Yeah. Then he drove off to find an excavator. Under the blazing sun, the main guy buried the gold back up, then pitched a small tent, gathered dry wood, and began his desert survival. And would Big Head really come back as promised?